right. Thank you. Thank you again. I love the energy in the room, and I hope that I don't disappoint you all. Okay, so here we go. As Orly already introduced the presentation, I'll just jump right in. First of all, you might be asking yourself, what is a lead magnet? A lead magnet is a free resource or service that you can offer to somebody in exchange for their contact information. You want to provide value so that they are willing to give you their email address, and so you can reach back out to them in the future. Now, it is harder and harder these days as the digital market gets saturated. It's harder and harder to get people's attention, and it's harder for them to say yes to even free value. I know that sounds kind of insane because you're giving all of this information to somebody, right? But people are kind of jaded nowadays. They get so much spam, they're just inundated, right? So how do you stand out above the mundane in order to get somebody to go to your opt-in page and say yes? So there are a lot of different things you can provide as this piece of value that you're giving to somebody. It could be in a form of an ebook or a report or a webinar or a consultation, a one-on-one consultation. It could be a mini training. It could be a workbook or a journal. It could be any of these things, right? But what I'm going to do is focus specifically on creating an online course, because with an online course, you can provide many of these elements together, and it just looks like there's more value. All right, so why a multimedia lead magnet? Like I said, it increases the perceived value. If you have a PDF on this hand and you have a course with the same information in this hand, the course is going to look like it has more value. It just feels like it has more substance. With a PDF, you're likely to download it and never look at it again. But by creating a multimedia lead magnet, you're tapping into all different sorts of learning styles, because some people are more visual, some people are more auditory, some people are more tactile. So how do you incorporate all of these things together? And that is a digital course. So it also increases the engagement. It increases the likelihood that they're actually going to go through the information and get a sense of you, who you are. You know, you can convey a personality through a PDF to a degree, but a video presentation is, you are seeing me right now. You see how my mannerisms, my personality, my energy, it's all here inside of this video. Or, you know, we're live now, but it could be a video in the future, right? So that's what we're tapping into here. And with creating a multimedia lead magnet, you're also creating multiple touch points. And it's harder and harder to get, like I said, get people's attention. So it's, the last time I heard, it was 12 touch points in order to convert somebody into buying from you. However, that could be much higher now, right? So people are, their attention span is getting shorter. They're getting distractions all around them. So how do you just cut out that noise and get through to them? And with all these multiple touch points, you can actually ascend somebody from a stranger into a raving fan through the process of going through your course. And lastly, you can actually expand your brand awareness as well. All right, so everybody go ahead and take a screenshot of this, or pull out your phone if you want to, because this is the sum of it. These are the 10 steps that we're going to be walking through today. So the first step is to create a virtual event. Now, that's a big ask, right? Because that's a whole course in and of itself, but we're not going to go there. We're just going to assume that if you're in this world with Orly and Michael and everyone else here, that you're probably already doing virtual events, if not on the verge of doing a virtual event. So the next step is to create promo graphics to promote the event. Again, it's all about your branding, so you want to be tuned in when you're working on that, and everything has to be consistent. The next one is to schedule, run, and promote the event. And then once that is all done, you then download everything from that event, the videos, the audio, the transcript, everything. And then from that, you can create your ebook. Now, the next step is create an account on some sort of course creation platform. You might already have something, or I'll recommend some to you in one of the following slides. The next one is to set up the course on the platform and then create a landing page. And the ninth step is to promote the event, and eventually you're going to be building your list. That is the overall goal in doing this, right? So that's all of the steps. Now, the first step is create your virtual event. There are a lot of different ways you can go. This could be as simple as creating a Zoom event, like a webinar. It doesn't have to be anything fancy. It could just be half an hour or an hour, and you want to invite people to show up to this event because that interaction is going to be key. Now, what is the genius underlying part of this is that you're actually getting leads. You might be generating a few sales through this virtual event, but then you're repurposing that event so you can monetize it in the future. And that's the beauty of doing this. So if you're a pro at virtual events, you can do something more intricate and complicated, like a challenge or a summit. But it doesn't have to be, you just gauge where you are technically and experientially and figure out what would be the easiest thing for you to do to put together. Don't let that be a stumbling block, because you can always go back and reiterate this process in the future as well. Okay, so the next one is to create your graphics in Canva. Now, this is why I love Canva, and I used to be anti-Canva because I worked in Photoshop. I had experience with the Adobe Creative Suite for like 20 years, so I didn't want to veer away from that. But one of the things that Canva does really brilliantly is they make it easy for you to design your promo graphics, and then they make it super easy for you to convert that into a bunch of different formats. So that way you can do the thumbnail for the YouTube video, you can do Instagram posts, you can do Reels, you can do the banner going across your Facebook profile or your LinkedIn profile. So there's all these different formats that you can create, and it's all promoting the same thing. It's consistent and it attracts attention. All right, so the next step is to schedule, run, and promote your event. Again, that's a different class for a different day, but let's just assume that you have somebody helping you with this if you're not already savvy on how to do this. And here's the key. Even if nobody shows up, still record your event, because you want that content. You're going to be utilizing that content. And there are a lot of different platforms out there that you can do this on, where you get a high def video and all that. Like, you could do Restream, StreamYard, all sorts of stuff. But I like Zoom because people are used to it, for one thing. And then you can also record in a variety of different ways. You can do the speaker view, the screen share view, the gallery view. You can download the audio only, and you can set it up to record your transcript as well. You can even save the chat, so that if the dialogue was really rich, or you had a lot of links and resources in there, that you could just save that as well. So now that you've saved all of that, you can start putting together your course. And again, one of the things that I loved about this is that you're incorporating the graphics, the text, the audio, the video, the tactile. And if you're thinking to yourself, well, it's a digital course, how is it tactile? That's where you create the ebook. People can download your ebook, they can open it up, they can write on it, they can take notes. Some people are really into just printing that out and having it in front of them, so they have all of these resources all together. Now, once you have your video, there are a couple of different ways you can extract your transcript, and this is very key for the ebook. So Zoom does have a transcript feature, but I'm not that excited about it, to be honest with you. What I like to do is I like to upload my video to YouTube, and then once it's on YouTube, you can extract the transcript from there. Okay? So, the problem is, if you download the transcript, it's just this wall of text. It's a giant run-on sentence. There's no grammar, there's no paragraphs. You can't really find anything in it. I don't know about you, but I just don't like reading a wall of text. So that's why you want to take this transcript and throw it into ChatGPT, and you can even use a free version for this. It doesn't have to be fancy. Most of the stuff that I'm talking about here is pretty low point of entry, right? So one of the things that I like to do is you can put it into the ChatGPT, and here's the prompt that you can give it. Proofread and edit the following video transcript to be grammatically correct. Remove any filler or redundant words. That will turn it into a nice format where the paragraphs are separated and on topic. If you want additional formatting, you can also ask it to turn it into whatever you want. You can say a workbook or an article or an ebook, and it'll create titles and subtitles and bullet points and all sorts of fun visual things that makes it more appealing to read. Now, lastly, once you have that, you can scrape it off of ChatGPT, and then you can upload it to a website called Designer. That's Designer with a double R. So it's DESIGNRR. So this is what I love about Designer is you import the text, you click a button, and it automatically formats it for you in this beautiful layout with your branding colors and imagery and photos and all sorts of happy stuff that makes it look more appealing. And it's again, raising your brand awareness. So now that you have all these pieces, what do you do with them? You need a platform. Something like ClickFunnels or Kajabi is more, you're a pillar, you're an island, you're isolated. Your courses are right here in this little private platform, and nobody else is promoting it. Nobody else is accessing it but you and the people that you invite. Things that are more like an online library of courses could be something like Mastermind or Udemy or The Great Discovery. This way you have people finding your content accidentally. There's this organic element to it where people can pick out your course because it's related to a topic that they searched. So it's more likely to get organic visibility aside from what you're doing to promote it. So whichever route you take, whether you want the isolated, controlled unit, or you want it to be on a library of sorts, once you pick that platform, you want to upload all of these materials. Now, if you want to get fancy, you can have a video editor slice up your webinar so that it's in little 5-minute chunks or whatever, or you can just upload it without doing anything to it, really. It's just however polished you want it to look. That's your call, your freedom. What I love to do is I love to add all these little goodies that go along with it because they just feel so exciting. It's like opening up a present and then you're like looking inside the box and there's extra little things and you're like, oh my gosh, it's a little bit of excitement there. So you have like a cheat sheet or a workbook or an ebook or an extra video, a bonus course, a bonus something. You can even, if you already have a lead magnet, you can add that to this as well. And one of the things that I like to do is at the end of the course, I like to book a complimentary one-to-one session with me, and then I provide my Calendly link. The reason for this is you've got them primed to want to work with you at this point. Once they've consumed your content, and they might be going, wow, this is so much information. It was so good, but I still have questions, or I can't do this on my own, or I just need help, or whatever they have, whatever stumbling block is there, that's when they're going to have to book a call with you because they want more from you. So depending on what platform you use, some platforms provide you with a landing page. Regardless, you can create a landing page for it to kind of entice people in. Some of the things that you can do to increase the likelihood of somebody opting in is put a 1 to 3 minute video up. You're already connecting with them through the video. They're already starting to get to know you, and you're going to talk to them about what is inside of the course and entice them in by showing them what you have to offer. How is this going to help them, right? It's not just about you and your stuff. You have to make this customer centric so that they show up to the page and say, oh my gosh, I have to get this right now. And this is another point that I see a lot of people making the mistake, is they don't utilize this time when you have their attention. Might not be 100% of their attention, maybe 80%. Maybe they're on the phone and entering their information in, but they're focused on putting their information in. So why not do an upsell right then and there? You can do a VIP upgrade. This summit is a perfect example of this in action. There was a VIP upgrade. In fact, Orly was brilliant because she had 3 different types of upgrades depending on what your level of how much you want to jump into it. And I really love that she's providing that choice. So assume that if they're opting in, they're interested in working with you. So give them that opportunity in one way or another. It could be book a one-on-one call with you. It could be join my workshop this weekend or whatever, right? The sky is the limit. Don't limit yourself. Just make sure that you take advantage of that opportunity. So the next piece is to promote it. Here's another mistake that a lot of entrepreneurs make, is they'll put something grandiose out there and think that it's going to sell itself. Even if this is free, it's not going to fly off of the shelves unless you're an SEO whiz and you get to the top of page 1 on Google. People are not going to accidentally stumble upon it unless, like I said, you're on a platform like Udemy. But you cannot rely on that. You want to actively go out and promote this. This is where your social media banners really come in. This is where social media posts come in. Whenever you network, you offer this instead of, think of it as a business card. It's a digital business card, but it's a little bit more enticing to accept, because with a business card, it's just a little piece of paper. But with this course, you're getting their contact information, you're getting that connection with them, and you're providing them with value. So don't be afraid to share it. You don't have to feel like a sleazy snake oil salesman when you're handing out free value because the other person is probably going to be grateful that you provided it to them. And you want to make sure you shout this from the rooftops, because if you cannot get excited about your own product, how do you expect anybody else to? Okay, so here's the last part. Building your list. Don't make the mistake of adding people to your list and then doing nothing with that list. Michael is a wonderful example of utilizing your list, because he is emailing people on a daily basis. So you don't have to think to yourself, well, I don't want to be a bother. I'm just going to be annoying to them if I keep emailing them, right? No, you're building this connection. You're expanding this communication with them. Just think of your emails. In fact, think of everything that you're doing in marketing as a conversation. It could be a digital conversation, a paper conversation, whatever. But it's that creating that dialogue with your ideal clients. So once you collect those contacts, you want to make sure you follow up with them. The first thing you want to do is you want to make sure that you fulfill on whatever promise that you made on the opt-in page. So if it's a multimedia lead magnet, if it's a digital course, then make sure that they have access to the digital course after they sign up, not only on the thank you page, but in an email, so they can refer back to it. Or if they clicked out of it before they had a chance to look at it, right? So you want to make sure that they have that basic promise has been kept. Next thing you want to do is you want to nurture that relationship, because not everybody is ready to buy right now. If they didn't buy your upsell on the opt-in page, that was just a one-time thing that you don't have to say, oh, well, I guess they're not for me. No, you keep nurturing them, and at some point in that customer journey, that is going to be the perfect time for them to sign up. So that's when you want to keep on cultivating these relationships. And the last thing is, you are eventually going to be converting people into a client. And you can just keep providing value, providing value, providing value. You're building that know, like, trust factor, so that even if they did say no to something that you offered them several weeks ago, now that they've heard your backstory and they know more about you and maybe they consumed more of your content, they're more comfortable to work with you, and then they'll say yes. So there we go. That is your 10 steps. Thank you so much for spending the time to go over this with me. And if you would like to see some examples of some of the multimedia lead magnets that I put together, you can go to walloffreebies.now.site, and I will go ahead and put that link in the chat as well in case you missed it. And there are several examples there of digital courses, but there are also a lot of other free resources there for you to utilize as well, and you can take advantage of one or all of them. So it's completely up to you how you want to use this. I hope that it provides value for you. Thank you. Thank you so much, Riley.
Awesome. Can we celebrate her, please? Yes, yes. Robin is here. Hi, Robin.
Woohoo! Robin. Hi, Robin.
Time for questions. Go, go, go.
Hello.
Robin, you need to unmute.
First the unmuting, then the questioning.
It was like, oh, they're saying hi, and I didn't know why. It's because my hand is raised, and I don't know why.
Oh!
But I'm so glad that I didn't miss your presentation.
Oh, I'm so glad you were here. Thank you so much.
I wanted to be here for that, and that was great.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Latara, it was amazing. Oh my God, what a way to end the day as far as a speaker, to give us all this more fire hosing. Literally,